As the world struggles to understand what is happening with the COVID-19 virus, many of us are struggling with the uncertainty of it all, which is causing anxiety and panic for some. Mental health professional Lacey Alderson is here to offer some insight and offer us some help in this uncharted territory. And it truly is uncharted. Why do you think so many people are experiencing this anxiety and this panic right now?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to acknowledge that the anxiety is totally normal.
Okay.
If you are feeling anxious, these are uncertain times. We don't know what lies ahead. And if there ever was a time to feel this way, it's okay to wake up and say, I'm feeling this way today. And even as a mental health professional, I find anxiety throughout this process as well. I have to continually shift my thoughts and apply some of those coping skills myself.
Now, what can anxiety look like? I know there's some nights where I can't fall asleep because my brain doesn't turn off. It's different in everyone, right?
Absolutely. People think you have to have sweaty palms or you have to have a hard time going to sleep. You can simply find yourself restless. You can find yourself irritable. You can find yourself making illogical assumptions about things that maybe prior to you had not felt that way about. You can also overall just kind of have a feeling of discernment, if you will.
Yeah. Now, with this anxiety, that not only affects us mentally, but doesn't that end up affecting us physically too?
Absolutely, Mercedes. What happens is we start to get that onset of anxiety initially, and then our body floods with a hormone called cortisol.
Okay.
And once it starts to flood our body, our immune system actually finds itself compromised. So you can find yourself more susceptible to other viruses or diseases because your anxiety has literally brought your body and made it weaker.
So not only do we have to worry about this virus that's going on, but now we can open ourselves up to other sicknesses just because we're in that place. Okay, so how do we convert this anxiety into a positive action instead of, becoming a recluse? And I know a lot of us are quarantined right now and it's hard. So many of us don't know what to do with ourselves. But how do we turn this into a positive?
Absolutely. Number one, we have to remember we are in control. It's the uncertainty that's creating that anxiety. So first is always our self-care. We need to make sure that we're resting. We need to make sure we're exercising. With more people on quarantine and being at home, get on YouTube. Maybe enjoy a form of exercise you never could before. Maybe try breakdancing with your family. Maybe.
I love that. Let's do some breakdancing. But you would laugh. Like, that literally just made me smile. I love that idea.
But it's things like that you maybe had never thought of before. It's the opportunity, and now's the time to do it when you have the free time. Also, when you're in quarantine, I think it's really important to remember creating a schedule for yourself.
Yes.
Wake up. Take a shower every day. Put on some different clothes. Get out of your pajamas. It's so important.
I find that even if I just put on makeup and comb my hair, I feel like a brand new person. Some of the other things that we need to do, washing our hands, not touching our face, all of that. What about watching so much TV and being on the internet and all of that stuff? That's contributing to it, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely, because everything's changing hourly. Everything's constantly changing. So it's important to be aware that you're watching it, be aware of what you're learning about, but at the same time going back and saying, I'm not going to turn into a panic purchaser who goes out and buys 100 rolls of toilet paper. Instead, I'm going to say, okay, this is what I can control in my environment. I can control the way that I'm resting. I can control the way I'm exercising. I can control the fact that I'm networking and talking to my family and loved ones.
That's great. Thank you so much, Lacey. Check out Lacey's upcoming podcast. It's going to deal with subjects like this. It's called the Lacey Alderson Lab, and it's coming out soon. Over to you, Lindsay.